I've always been physically fearful, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like I don't mind like kind of like
You move.
having
You move
confidence
around.
up there, you know, like taking like ownership of the space, but to act out like something physically that like scares me, bro.
I guess when I was a kid, I like dancing was my first thing. So when I would do talent shows and
But what do you mean dancing? Like who was
I just love dancing.
who was funding it? You mean Hezbollah or whatever? Like what even?
their dance wing? No, it was just I mean, I grew up with Michael Jackson. I'm the generation that just like he was king. And he was at his peak, like the dancing and the singing and all the music videos. So I would try to mimic it. And that was my first kind of like entry into this is so old.
It is.
This is when I was working at Boeing at Long Beach. Look at those pants. It's so old, those are in again.
You look a little
This
like Ari
is-
Menace. Bro, your fucking vibes are
real.
up, homie.
I mean, this dancing is not that great. I wouldn't have this as
We're keeping the wasps. They want to stay and party, homie. Your shit is popping.
I downloaded Sony Vegas and I'm just like putting all these filters on it because it's free. I think it's like Industrial Light and Magic. Like, check this out, George Lucas.
When was this? All the filters just look like some hunter like looking through a scope, really.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part.
Now he has glaucoma, the hunter.
Now he's envious.
This song is a bop, though. If you watch it on real YouTube, that song's a bop.
When was that? How many years ago?
I don't know. So many years ago.
18, bro. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
That's wild.
And then I would go to a cubicle and do engineering. Thank God they didn't see my YouTube channel. How embarrassing would that be?
So you were actually in organized dance?
Not no. That
Or
sounds
was
so
it-
funny. I would just do it by myself. I would goon. I would dance goon.
Oh, yeah.
I would do it alone. I would just like close the door, turn on Michael Jackson or any dance music, and I would just dance in my room. I would dance in front of a mirror. And there was a currency to that when I was a kid. Like to be the best dancer at school, you would have school dances, and
There
then
was.
everyone knew who the good dancers were, and then you would kind of like battle, and there was social currency to dancing. I'm sure there still is.
That's a good point, but there was a lot of clout to that. It was like, oh, that guy's
Yeah.
the dancer.
It's like being the fastest kid at school.
Yeah.
Remember how that was such a thing? Like
Yeah.
the hottest girl would be with the fastest kid in school.
Oh, shit. Yeah, but like, oh, shit, Damien, fast,
Right.
bro.
And then he loses one race and she's like,
Yeah.
it's not working out.
Yeah, or Damien gets diabetes or whatever and he can't run as much.
That's going to affect his
Yeah.
his 50 time, right?
Yeah, the sugar got him coming up short.
So I was just into dance. So I guess that's my foundation. So I'm comfortable moving my body.
Yeah.
And then when I got into stand up when I was like 18 and when I'm on stage, like if I have the idea, I just do it. I don't even think about it. I don't have a fear of moving.
Wow, that's crazy.
And also it's an extension of the idea. If I have a bit and I'm in it, I don't even know that I'm doing it, honestly. Like,
Right.
It's second nature.
Dude, that's pretty great because it kind of gives you two instruments. It gives you the verbal instrument and then it gives you this whole other instrument. I do notice if I do yoga a good bit, and the more that I do it, the more my body shows up in certain bits. And it's like sometimes your brain will be like, oh, you can do this because you've been flexible, you've been keeping it active, like your shit's like you're keeping your blood up, your vibes
Yeah.
up. Do this, you know what I'm saying? And you're like, oh, that fits. And it is interesting when your ideas can use your whole instrument.
For sure. And then you realize how much of comedy is nonverbal even. It's really cool to have a great joke and people are laughing and then you can get another laugh on a movement.
Yeah.
You haven't even opened your mouth. It's just a look or a walk. That's kind of exciting. Then it feels like, oh, I have new colors to paint with comedy, you know?
Yeah, dude, I don't know it as well. I know what you're talking about. And there's some moments in my comedy where I'll feel that way.
I've seen it. I'm trying to think of this older bit you used to do, the meeting Brad Pitt.
Oh,
you
yeah.
would do it with that. I mean, you
That's a
still
good
do.
point.
You still do it. There are
I'll
bits.
still act out the thing, but I'll be I don't get into, I don't know. You get into this space where it's like, yeah, you're just this kind of thing that's kind of happening.
I would love that as an intro. Like this next guy he's kind of a thing that's happening. Not like in the trades or like right now, energetically. Ladies and gentlemen, Fahim Anwar.
Yeah,
And
that's
I
kind of.
just come out.
Oh, it definitely, dude. For one of your specials, you have to do somebody comes out, rubs a lamp 3 times.
And then I come out. It's called the special's called Career Suicide.
Or you're just like the janitor that comes at night and cleans up around the lamp, but then you start to create this energy in this dream. That would be more like you.
Bro, we have 2 movie ideas this pod. We got the Goonies idea and then we got this.
Yeah. Dude, there it is. Gooners, dude. That's so great. That's awesome. Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. Do you feel like because you've had I mean like yeah, I think if people picked out like some of their favorite comedians, especially at the Comedy Store, because that's really kind of your home base, would you
Yeah,
say?
yeah. Because I'm an LA comic, and that's sort of like the place to be. There's 3 showrooms. I like working out there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it really is. There's no better if you can go to one spot in a night.
Yeah.
And especially once you're allowed to park in the back.
Oh, it's the best.
Oh, that changes everything.
Free parking. It's like I got into stand up just for the parking on Sunset Strip.
Dude. Yeah. How you always hear like people say comedy in LA has changed. LA's like the scene is dead. The scene is different, right? Maybe not dead. I think you just hear different.
Yeah.
How have you seen it change? Like probably since COVID into now, and like what do you think of like just where things are?
I mean, we were in the heyday of the Comedy Store, and we didn't even know it before COVID happened. You know, like Rogan was there.
Joey Diaz.
Yeah, it was just juggernaut after juggernaut. These lineups were insane.
Tom Segura, Bert Kreischer. I mean,
even on a
Whitney
Tuesday.
Cummings, Eliza Schlesinger. I mean, and that was it. That was just like kind of people that were just there. You, and then you'd have.
But I was
Smith.
I was like middle of the pack. Like these guys are fucking like titans. I was just kind of. It was kind of cool just to share that space. I'm still an unknown, but comedically and artistically, it's cool to be in the mix. Like Louis drops in or Burr, and then I go up after him.
Yeah. Oh,
that's
kinda
the thrill
shit's-
of the store. That like at the end of the day, it still is. It's like being good at something like a really good saxophone player. It's like jazz. You'll see somebody who's just like huge, and then you get to take the stage and you're there for a reason, and you have to like survive. Like, you have to
Right.
learn how to survive when you're younger, but then you get to hold your own, and that's cool because like audience members get to be hip to you. They're like, I came for Burr, but then I discovered these other comics.
That guy.
And that happens now at the store too. There's like young guys who are super funny.
Yeah.
And then they come because like they come to see you, and then they get to see everybody else on the lineup. So we were in the heyday back then. COVID happened. People go to Austin. Some people go to New York. Some people just like go to Vegas or Nashville even, you know. So it's not as big as it used to be. It's pared down a bit, but it's still an amazing club, and the shows are still really good.
For sure.
It's just that was insanity, and we didn't even know it at the time.
Right, we didn't know it. Do you think what things do you feel like? Because you always hear like people denouncing it, kind of. Or not denouncing. That's not the term, but you hear like
Like it's over. LA's over.
right. Is that okay to say that we hear that?
We do hear it.
But what do you? But it's also every time something's over, whatever that is, there's always something new that's starting to. So
Yeah.
like, what do you see that's like kind of the new things? Because I'm sure for like a lot of guys that couldn't get stage time.
Yeah.
Like it was probably a hectic time for them, guys and girls that couldn't get stage time. Like fuck, you know, it's like yeah, you have all these guys who are able to sell tickets and they get all the like the top 8 spots or whatever, and it's I'm sure that was kind of like a clog in the system.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's
or
the
not
right
a clog,
term.
but I think there's a life cycle for everything. It's nature.
Right, that's what I mean.
These guys, I even saw it with you and some of like my other peers. Like we're kind of middling comics or whatever, and then you see everybody get really big, and then they're on the road, and that's awesome because they're getting popular, they're making money on the road, they're becoming more famous, and then that just naturally clears up stage time for this top tier at the Comedy Store. Because like you're on the road, so like so and so's on the road, like Segura, whatever. So now these guys get to get those reps in,
Yeah.
and then they get really good, and then they blast off. So there's this natural order of things. So when everybody went to like Austin and all that, it just kind of cleared space for the next tier, and now they're getting really good and stuff, and then hopefully they will flourish.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, it's just like, yeah, I think there's always something new that's starting. So I guess yeah, that's what I was kind of wondering since because I moved away. I was wondering like, yeah, what kind of like do you feel like there's like a new thing that's happened there over the past few years?
Just new shots for like younger guys, and also LA will always be LA. New York will always be New York. So it'll ebb and flow from like how popping it is, but like, you know, Dua Lipa's in the crowd,
Right.
Or you know, Sabrina Carpenter's in the, you know, like these things happen. It's still LA.
Yeah.
Same thing with New York. So you like can't take that away from it. And yeah, everything's cyclical. But then also the recent development I think is just as cool as that is. Digital is the most important place to be. Before you had to be in New York and LA. Now you just got to be on phones. So it's kind of cool how it's democratized comedy. Now you can be a funny kid in Clear Lake, Iowa, or anywhere, and just talking to camera, and you have just as much of a shot as like me at the Comedy Store or some other person at the mothership. Or so it's really even the playing field, which is kind of cool. The most important place is digital. But if you're talking about just stand up the craft, I think LA, New York, Austin are still great.
Yeah. You know what's a pain in the ass? A website. Not just getting one built, but keeping it updated, fixing the issues, the debugging, chasing somebody down every time something breaks. That gets old fast. That's why I use Modify, Modiphy. Yep, a fella that I grew up with actually started this company, and so I'm grateful that I get to work with him still today. At Modify, you get a real team, a dedicated designer, fast response times, and they handle everything so you don't have to. They can even get your business showing up when people ask AI for recommendations. They've got that ability. Go to modify.com/Theo and get 50% off your website build. That's modiphy.com/Theo. There's no F in there because they don't F around. Who's one of your favorite people that you've seen just being at the Comedy Store? And sometimes we'll get to see like celebrities or something will come in there.
Yeah, I saw
Tarantino night, you were there, remember? You got to talk to him, didn't you?
He's in. I shot that special hat trick at the Comedy Store, and then the person who was shooting me had the cameras rolling, so I have it on film, me and Tarantino talking. And then I was gonna clear it with him, but I go, I don't want him to say no, so I'll just put it out there. What if he was saying bad stuff like, I'm eating babies, right? I'm eating them. I'm eating their life force. And I'm like, this is great. Keep it alive. No, just super nice, super complimentary. It might have been the night you were there too.
I think I was there. I tried to go up and I kept getting pushed to a different room.
So I think you brought me up in the OR and I had a good set. And it was just so surreal. Tarantino comes out and he's like, I want to talk to the cool guy. And he points to me.
What?
And then we're just talking. Then all these other comedians come and he's holding court. He's talking about Pam Grier and Jackie Brown because he's just a fan. He's a fan of comedy. He's a fan of cinema. He just has this childlike exuberance to him.
Yeah.
So we were just talking and he's in the thing and we ended up keeping it in, but it was so surreal. That was probably one of the bigger ones, Tarantino.
Yeah, I just remember even the wake of that night, he's here. Oh, when Jim Carrey was there, that was a crazy night.
Was that when they were trying to cast for I'm Dying Up Here?
Yes.
And that's how Santino got cast and Eric Griffin, he saw them that day.
Yep. It's kind of crazy. Somebody could just see you and then something like that happens and they end up on there you go, dude. Yeah. Those were great. If Chris Rock has ever come in, I remember when Louis came in years ago and he was like in the hallway and he was wearing, it was like after like the Academy Awards or whatever, and he had on a suit and I was like, dang, Louis.
That's so crazy.
And it was like,
I saw Travolta one time in the parking lot.
Really, dude?
He was just hanging with Tommy Lee. Tommy Lee, I've seen him a few times, you know, so it's cool, but I've been accustomed to it. So I'm jaded with Tommy Lee. But every now and then Tommy Lee will like a reel of mine and it's just so surreal. I'm like, whoa.
That's dope,
What
dude.
world is this?
He and I were just texting the other day. He's doing real well in his we were talking about our recovery programs. He's fucking, what a life some people, or what a just interesting existence. But the highs and lows of it all too.
Yeah.
You know?
I saw Dre one time in the parking lot.
You saw Dr. Dre? Yeah.
Who's the biggest you saw?
Or you saw Andre Iguodala.
Yeah, that's what I tell people. I go, I saw Dre. They go, holy shit, Iguodala. I'm the only person who calls him Dre, other than his mom, maybe. I call him Dr. Dre just because I think he's a doctor of basketball.
Yeah.
Who's the biggest person you saw at the store?
I mean, John Mayer, when I would see him someone, that was always interesting because I've always like had such an esteem for his like word, like the way he does words, like, you know.
I saw him walking down one time because he would go to roast battle a lot.
Yeah, and he'd be like, him and Jeff Ross are close and stuff, and so I know I'd see him over there.
Oh, I ate shit in front of John Stamos one time.
Phew, that would hurt.
Yeah, it was late at night. This is when I first got passed, so I'm getting super late spots at the Comedy Store, probably going up at 1:30 a.m. I think Jeff Ross is hanging. So he comes with